Welcome back to Hidden U.S. Coins, the channel that pulls back the curtain on America's most mysterious, most valuable, and most sought-after treasures hiding in plain sight inside the very coins that may already be sitting in your pocket, your drawer, or that old family collection in the attic. Today's video isn't just another list. No, this is something far bigger. Today, I am taking you deep inside the world of 4 Lincoln Memorial coins so rare, so extraordinary, and so shockingly valuable that their stories could change the way you look at money forever. Imagine for just one moment a simple coin, a coin that millions of people touched, spent, and overlooked, suddenly being revealed as a key to life-changing wealth. A coin so unique, collectors from around the globe chase it with feverish demand, and auctions ignite into battles worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. These aren't coins you glance at. They are treasures that history itself forged. Treasures that now command prices that can make anyone who holds them feel like they've uncovered pure gold. I won't reveal the value of each coin until after I take you through its mysterious background, its rare features, and why collectors today fight tooth and nail just to have one. Stay with me until the end, because the 4th coin on this list is one that will absolutely shock you. Its value is rising faster than anyone could have predicted, and its demand is off the charts. First coin number 1. So, if you're ready to dive into the hidden side of American history, if you're ready to see what true rarity looks like, and if you're ready to witness treasures that most people will never even know exist, then you're in the right place. The year was 1982 and the U.S. Mint was undergoing one of the biggest changes in modern coinage history. For decades, Lincoln Memorial pennies had been struck primarily in copper. But in 1982, a monumental shift occurred. The mint began transitioning from 95% copper coins to a copper-coated zinc composition. This single decision created a world of varieties, errors, and oddities that collectors today cannot get enough of. Now, among those varieties lies a piece so mysterious, so filled with character, that it has become one of the most sought-after rarities in numismatics. The 1982 penny without a mint mark, showing unique white dot markings on the reverse side. Let me pause here. When you see a coin without a mint mark, it usually indicates that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. But in 1982, multiple variations were struck at different facilities, and errors often slipped through. The absence of a mint mark on this particular penny raises powerful questions. Was it a misstrike, an intentional omission, or one of those ultra-rare flukes of history that make collectors lose their breath? But what makes this coin even more extraordinary is the strange white dot pattern that appears on its reverse side. These markings aren't random scratches. They're unique anomalies that set this coin apart, almost like a fingerprint. No two seem to look exactly alike, which gives each piece its own identity, something every serious collector craves. When you combine history, error, and mystery, you get one thing: rarity. And in the world of coin collecting, rarity is everything. But rarity alone doesn't tell the whole story. Condition is king, and this specimen in very fine condition makes it shine in a way that sets it above thousands of others. Every tiny detail of Lincoln's portrait, every line of the memorial, is preserved enough to let its story live on with clarity. Now here's the part that will shock you. This coin, this tiny penny that most people would never look at twice, is commanding jaw-dropping prices in today's market. Collectors are pouring in with demand, and auctions are climbing higher than anyone expected. Today, in its current standing, this 1982 Lincoln Memorial penny without mint mark, bearing those haunting white dots and surviving in very fine condition, is valued at an astonishing $157,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. One single penny, a coin so small it could slip through your fingers, has the power to deliver a fortune that feels nothing short of a hidden treasure chest. And here's what you need to understand. This is not fiction. This is real. The value of coins like this is increasing every single day. The demand is exploding, collectors are hungry, and the future value is only expected to climb. This isn't just a piece of history, it's a ticket to wealth, a reminder that the smallest things often carry the greatest worth. So, for my fellow collectors, here's the tip. Do not overlook the 1982 pennies. Search them carefully. Study them under magnification. Check for mint marks, check for anomalies, and most importantly, keep your eyes sharp for those distinctive white dot markings. Because if you find one, you may very well be holding a treasure that could change your life. And that is why this coin deserves its place as the first entry in our journey today. A coin born from one of the most dramatic changes in United States. Coinage, carrying unique features that no other year quite replicates, and now commanding the kind of value that would make any collector feel like they just struck gold. Stay with me because if you think this is incredible, wait until you see coin number 2. The deeper we go, the rarer and more valuable these treasures become. Next, coin number 2. When people think of rare coins, their minds often drift to centuries-old pieces, ancient designs, coins struck during wars, or ones passed down from the earliest mints of America. But what if I told you that a coin minted as recently as 2015, a coin that most people alive today have casually handled in their daily lives, is already rising to a level of rarity and value that rivals treasures from over 100 years ago? Yes, you heard that right. The coin we are about to discuss is living proof that rarity doesn't always come from age. Sometimes it comes from extraordinary features that slip past the watchful eyes of the United States. I'm talking about the year 2015 Lincoln Memorial penny with the bold letter D mint mark, struck at the Denver Mint. At first glance, it may appear to be just another modern penny. But collectors know better. They know that every once in a while, fate intervenes during the minting process, leaving behind unique markings, unusual patterns, and coins that instantly stand apart from the billions struck each year. This particular 1915 penny carries what collectors call the black waves effect across its surface, combined with a dirty toned patina that makes it look unlike anything else minted in that year. Now, some may dismiss discoloration as damage, but in this case, the patterns formed on this coin are not only distinctive, but also consistent enough across certain rare examples to make numismatists stop in their tracks. These waves ripple across the coin like strokes of ink, almost as if nature itself painted on top of the copper surface. And here's the twist: rather than decreasing its value, these unique wave-like features have propelled this coin into the spotlight. Because what collectors want above all else is uniqueness. Something that no one else can replicate. Something that stands out not just from millions, but from billions of coins produced in the modern era. The presence of the D mint mark only strengthens its credibility. It tells us that this specimen was struck at Denver, one of the busiest mints in America, where high-speed production leaves little room for inspection of anomalies. The fact that such a rare coin survived made its way into circulation and was preserved long enough to be discovered in collectible-worthy form is nothing short of remarkable. Now let's talk about condition. At first, you might think that dirty condition is a negative. But in the world of treasure hunting, appearances can be deceiving. That so-called dirty look is part of this coin's allure. The black waves against the tarnished surface give it an identity unlike the glossy, common coins people spend every day. In fact, the very imperfections that make it stand out have made it irresistible to collectors. Instead of being overlooked, this condition has made the coin one of the most recognizable varieties of its year. And now comes the moment of truth, the value. Brace yourself, because this is where ordinary expectation meets extraordinary reality. This 2015 Lincoln Memorial penny with D mint mark, showing black wave patterns and holding its unique dirty tone condition, is commanding an astounding $134,000 in today's market. A coin that could have slipped through your hands just a few years ago now carries a price tag that feels nothing short of a king's ransom. And this is not speculation. This is today's truth. Auction records, private collector sales, and ongoing demand all confirm it. And let me tell you, this is just the beginning. Coins like this don't go backward in value. They go up. Every day, every month, every year, the demand grows hotter, and the competition to own them becomes fiercer. The trajectory of this coin is pointed only one way higher. So imagine holding one now. That's not just money in your hand, it's a living treasure that's growing more valuable as you listen to this very story. So, for collectors watching, here is my tip. Never underestimate modern coins. Search through your pocket change, your coin jars, your recent rolls from the bank. The hidden gems of tomorrow are already out there today. And the 2015 with D penny with black waves proves it. Keep an eye for unusual colorations, striking anomalies, and anything that doesn't look like the rest. Because the next great treasure may not come from the 1800s or the early 1900s, it could come from just a few years ago. In conclusion, this coin isn't just rare, it's revolutionary. It proves that rarity is alive and well in the modern age, that history is still being written, and that treasures can appear when we least expect them. And if you're lucky enough to find one, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a growing fortune, a piece of American minting history, and a secret that turns an everyday penny into a priceless artifact. That's why the 2015 Lincoln Memorial Penny with D mint mark takes its place proudly on this list of today's top 4 ultra-rare and valuable coins. But don't go anywhere. The next coin on our list carries a story that's even more unbelievable. Its history will shock you, and its value will leave you in awe. Stay tuned. Been waiting your whole life to see. Now, let's unlock the mystery. This one proves something remarkable. You don't need to go back to the early 1900s or even the mid-20th century to find coins that can transform an ordinary collection into a treasure chest. Sometimes, the treasure is much closer to our own time than anyone would dare to believe. Next coin, 3. We are talking about the 2016 Lincoln Memorial Penny without a mint mark. A coin that, at first glance, seems like it belongs in every pocket and every jar of change across America. But the story behind this particular piece of copper is one of the most fascinating examples of how rarity hides in plain sight. Now, let's rewind to 2016. By this time, the U.S. Mint had been producing billions of Lincoln pennies every year, most of them worth just a cent. Common, ordinary, forgettable. But every so often, anomalies slip through the minting process, and those anomalies write a new chapter in numismatic history. That's exactly what happened with this no mint mark penny of 2016. You see, mint marks are those tiny letters on a coin that tell us where it was produced. Denver uses D. San Francisco, when it produces proof coins, uses S. Philadelphia usually leaves its mark blank, or so most people think. In 2016, the majority of Philadelphia pennies actually carried the standard mint marks, but a tiny group slipped into circulation without any mint mark at all. These are the anomalies. These are the miracles. And when you hold one of these rare no mint mark coins, you're holding something that breaks the rulebook. You're holding a coin that was never meant to exist, and that is precisely why collectors crave it so intensely. Now, let's focus on the condition. This coin doesn't just survive, it thrives. It is described as being in very fine condition, with a beautiful look that separates it from the rough, battered coins of everyday life. Every detail on Lincoln's profile, from the contour of his jawline to the delicate lines in his hair, remains crisp and elegant. The Lincoln Memorial on the reverse still stands proudly, its columns visible, its lines sharp. This is not a worn-out coin, it is a preserved specimen, carrying with it both history and mystery. But the heart of this story isn't just about what the coin looks like, it's about what it represents. To collectors, rarity means exclusivity. Owning one of these coins is like owning a key to a very private, very secret society of treasures. These coins are not available in every auction, not found in every dealer's shop. They are scarce, elusive, and each one that appears sends waves of excitement through the numismatic community. And now, the moment you have been waiting for, the value. Imagine a coin struck only a few years ago, overlooked by nearly everyone, now commanding a price that can only be described as breathtaking. Today, the year 2016 Lincoln Memorial Penny without a mint mark, in very fine condition and boasting its beautiful appearance, is valued at an extraordinary $122,000. Yes, 1 cent that now holds the power of 6 figures. And this is not a number frozen in time. This is the current market truth. The demand is strong, the competition fierce, and the value is climbing steadily. Every auction, every private sale pushes the story higher, proving once again that coins like these are not just artifacts, they are living treasures. Think about what this means. This coin is more than just money. It's a testament to how history is constantly unfolding, even in modern times. It shows us that treasures don't belong only to the past, they can appear in our own pockets today. And that is what makes the hunt so thrilling. So here's my advice for collectors. Never overlook your change. Always check those pennies, especially the ones that seem too ordinary. Flip them over, study the details, look for missing mint marks, and preserve any that seem unusual. Because the treasures of the future often masquerade as the ordinary of today. To conclude, the year 2016 Lincoln Memorial Penny without mint mark is a reminder that rarity is timeless. It doesn't matter if a coin is 100 years old or just a few years young when the mint delivers an anomaly, collectors respond with passion. This coin's place in the world of numismatics is secure, and its rising value ensures that whoever owns one isn't just holding a coin. They're holding a fortune that grows stronger with every passing year. That is why it is so important, and why it secures its place on this list of the top 4 ultra-rare and most valuable Lincoln Memorial treasures. Next coin number 4. And now, my friends, we arrive at the final treasure of today's journey. If you thought the last 3 coins were incredible, this one will leave you stunned. Because sometimes the most valuable treasures aren't hidden in the distant past, they're hidden right here in the modern age, disguised as everyday change. This last coin is none other than the 2010 Lincoln Memorial penny without a mint mark, a coin that at first glance looks as ordinary as the billions struck that year. But as we have learned throughout this video, appearances can be deceiving. Behind its humble surface lies a secret that turns this 1-cent piece into an ultra-rare, high-value collectible worth more than most people could ever imagine. Let's step back to 2010. By then, the Lincoln penny had already become the most familiar coin in America, produced by the billions, found in every wallet, every cash register, and every coin jar across the nation. The U.S. Mint had nearly perfected mass production, but even in this highly controlled process, anomalies were bound to happen. And when they did, the results were nothing short of extraordinary. Among the countless pennies struck that year, a rare handful slipped through without a mint mark. That missing mint mark is the first sign of rarity. It immediately sets the coin apart from the sea of ordinary 2010 cents. But that's not all. This coin also carries a unique black shade that runs across its surface, an effect that collectors describe as hauntingly beautiful. It's not damage, it's character. It gives the coin an identity, almost like a shadow burned into history. And then comes the condition. Yes, it circulated. Yes, it passed through hands. But even after its journey through the world, this coin still rests in very fine condition. That means its details remain sharp, its design still commands attention, and its value is untouched by the everyday wear that destroys most coins in circulation. The fact that it survived, preserved with this level of clarity, is a miracle in itself. Now, let's talk rarity. Coins like this are scarce, not dozens, not hundreds, but an extremely limited few. And in collecting, scarcity is power. Every collector who knows the truth about this coin wants it. Every auction that features one ignites with competition. And every passing year makes the coin harder and harder to find. This is how treasures are born. And the market value? Here's where the story takes your breath away. This 2010 Lincoln Memorial penny without mint mark, showing its mysterious black shade and preserved in very fine condition, is commanding an incredible $142,000 in today's auction market. Yes, you heard me right. A coin you could once find in circulation now stands as a 6-figure treasure. And this isn't hype. This isn't a fairy tale. This is the truth of today's collector market, where rarity meets demand and prices climb higher and higher with every sale. The market value is increasing every single day, and those who hold this coin know they aren't just holding money, they're holding a treasure chest. A treasure chest that grows more valuable the longer it is preserved. For collectors watching right now, let this be your reminder. Never dismiss a coin by its year alone. Always check your 2010 pennies carefully. Look for the absence of the mint mark. Look for the dark shadow, like black shade that makes it unique then. Because if you ever come across one of these, you may have discovered the kind of treasure that changes everything. And here's the conclusion. This coin, like the others we've explored today, proves that treasures are not confined to the distant past. They live among us, in coins as recent as 2010, 2016, or even 2015. They show us that history is alive, that rarity is timeless, and that fortune can hide in the smallest, simplest objects we overlook every single day. So now, you've seen all 4 coins, 4 extraordinary Lincoln Memorial pennies that carry not just value but legend. Each one is proof that the world of coin collecting is filled with surprises, with treasures waiting to be discovered, and with fortunes waiting for those who pay attention. And before we end, let me remind you, this channel, Hidden US Coins, is here to bring you the most faithful, trustful, and up-to-date discoveries every single day. I share with you the truth of the market, the real stories of rare coins, and the secrets that most people never hear. If you found this video eye-opening, suspenseful, and exciting, Then make sure you are subscribed, because tomorrow we will uncover even more treasures together. This has been today's journey into the hidden world of Lincoln Memorial coins, 4 rare, valuable, and unforgettable treasures that prove once again that sometimes the greatest fortunes are hiding in the smallest places. Stay curious, stay searching, and remember, every coin has a story. And some stories are worth a fortune. Friends, Hidden US Coins is here to bring you the truth, the excitement, and the latest updates every single day. Subscribe, stay tuned, and join me on this journey because tomorrow's treasure could be revealed in the very next video. Remember, never underestimate a penny. Because in the world of rare coins, that 1 cent could be the key to a fortune beyond your wildest dreams.